We will now hear the opening arguments about why books should not be banned by Andrew Jacobson.
When someone bans a book, it is restricting information from people. It's literally taking away knowledge that someone could gain. This is a violation of the First Amendment, which is freedom of speech and expression. The First Amendment also emphasizes student rights. In an article written by Susan Webb, it states, "Those who oppose book banning emphasize that the First Amendment protects student rights to receive and express ideas." The article also states that a school cannot ban a book simply because they dislike the ideas that are contained in the book. Banning books will limit growth and development and gets rid of opportunities to engage in certain topics. This is why banning books should be outlawed in schools and in our society.
Now we will hear the rebuttal from Aaron Guilford.
Banning a book may limit access to certain information, but it's also important to recognize that not all information is created equal. And while the First Amendment does protect the freedom of speech and expression, it also has limitations, especially in an educational setting where the primary goal is fostering a safe and conducive environment for learning. Contrary to the idea that banning book violates the First Amendment, it's important to acknowledge that schools have a responsibility to create an education
Hey, kid,
that
get me a
aligns with their
beer.
objective and standards. The argument that banning books is a violation of student rights oversimplifies the complex issue. Rather, it forces students to responsibly select reading materials and ensure a well-rounded and educational experience.
We will now hear about why some books must be banned from Nolan Griffin.
Books play a very big role in building people's knowledge on topics, but can also include misinformation. Many people are unaware of the fact that the book they are reading is untrustworthy. When the wrong information spreads around in society, it can cause problems. Just like video games, some books should be banned from certain age groups or everyone as a whole. Books may consist of hate speech or other explicit content and should be ixnayed from some schools and libraries. Many books also include very controversial opinions that young kids aren't old enough to understand on their own.
We will now hear the rebuttal from Declan Dowdy.
Books are indeed extremely important to our society. Yet misinformation is only a thing to be decided by the reader. The average person is ought to know that there is always two parts to the story. So when discovering a new topic, they should view both sides of the story and decide what's true from there. Misinformation can cause problems, but not if a book that counteracts that other one exists. What this means is that as long as there's two sides to the story exist, two competent people will read the book and only their opinion will matter. The banning of books directly breaks the First Amendment, most importantly the right to free speech and the freedom of the press. All in all, most book bans should not be allowed as it's a violation of people.